All right, folks, welcome back to Division 2 of the 70-Star League. We're coming at you with more Super Mario 64 action. Just finished up an exciting race. Pretty, not so much as a close finish as just glad that we got a couple points, couple commiseration points, some exciting action, and some great Bowser throws to top it off. But here we are coming at you with more action between Tama and m0m0, and we're gonna get right into it. Once again, USA Germany. I'm joined here by the German legend D. Whatever. How's it going, D?
Pretty good. Just got off from that guy now with a story match. Unfortunate tippy stuff, but it was still exciting. And yeah, excited to commentate with you as well. It's gonna be good as well. I always love seeing Tama specifically, honestly. But yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Tama actually opting to take a little bit of an extra deficit. Gonna be starting with a something of a 30-second handicap.
I mean, if he's good for that, I don't blame him. If he's
just kind of dabbing on his opponent a little.
Huh. All right, there we go.
Yeah, it looks like Tama having a little trouble with his menu tech, deciding to reset.
No, actually, m0m0 is usually the kind of player to go very consistent. And I feel like Tama is the complete opposite, where he rather goes for faster strats. It's gonna be interesting how this plays out. And we also see a slight difference by their versions. m0m0 deciding to plan just a second or two slower overall in 70-star. Just faster in the beginning.
Tama's screen freezing a little bit there. I guess he probably chose the wrong AVI file and decided to switch out videos, deciding, you know, probably not the right splice, a little bit slower than I needed. Certainly a little strategic planning.
As commentators, we of course like to spread misinformation. That was just a sync. Oh, okay. Both nailing that escape, no problem.
So m0m0 playing on Japanese version?
Yes.
Very interesting.
Maybe just a fan of that slower scrolling text, I'm not sure. Or maybe he doesn't have US as well, that could also be the case.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm hoping for a CCM17 and a sound glitch, and it's not out of USA partiality, but just I just kind of want to watch the world burn. And wow, we actually have a sync now. m0m0 having a little bit of a hiccup here in BOB, it seems.
Oh yeah, Tama actually went for backflip bumper as well. Didn't get the ground pound to block the star, but still, that was looking pretty hot.
So already we have well, sync getting broken here. Oh, and sync getting resynced.
Dude, that was the same movement into the petting too.
Oh my god, yeah, Mario's showing off his... Yeah.
Let's see the double 0.6.
Here we go.
Ooh, that's not a 0.6 though. Not from Tama at all. 13.2 actually. Oof.
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising that Mario had to find another job, because he's a pretty crummy plumber if that sync keeps breaking every time he tries to fix it.
Might as well just give up after that. Like 0.5 loss. Oh, actually, yeah, 0.5. No, wait. Did m0m0 have a 0.7? Oh, 0.8. Either way.
0.7.
My point is, to come to a conclusion, Tama had the sore Tama and should give up because of that. But he's already back.
Pretty much.
Let's see. Tama for Canless and m0m0 with Alice first. Full setup for Tama, so there shouldn't be any issue there, and no issue from m0m0 as well.
Ooh, and we get the special camera from Tama that actually shows the star grab. Certainly a fan of that.
That's so weird. You could actually see that Mario was slightly like ledge grabbing or going into the star. I've never seen Mario's positioning while grabbing the star actually like that. Pretty cool. Ooh, 100 coins coming up from Tama. Missed dive though, it's gonna make it harder to grab the cycle. And missing a lot of coins as well.
Here we go!
Ooh, yeah, but Let's see what kind of cycle he ends up with. Yep, gonna make the cycle. So ultimately worth it to not go back for those coins. Oh no!
That blue coin! Oh, I'm pretty sure if he jumped a little bit later, he could have easily grabbed that. But yeah, that was not the best RNG for him. Ooh, an interesting decision from m0m0 grabbing Wild Blue first. So what?
Oh no!
Wait, what?
Oh wait, never mind.
But Tama though. I guess your reaction was just a little bit too early for.
Yeah, commentator getting ahead of himself in the script. Reading the lines, clearly not engaging the basic principle of improv, which is to react to what is happening in front.
Sorry.
Oh my god, yeah, we do have a fake sync going on because Tama did die here at the very end of 100 coin. Of course, m0m0 is definitely ahead. Turns out when you die, you tend to take a bit of a give up a bit of a lead here.
That's how speedrunning works.
Yeah, so basically, like dying before getting a star, oftentimes loses time because you have to repeat a lot of the stuff that you did to get to that star. Yeah, I'm surprised you don't know this. Commentator has been running Mario since 2013.
So maybe I should know that, but I guess I was playing the game wrong. But yeah, I was wondering what your reaction was to. Was it because m0m0 grabbed Wild Blue?
I thought m0m0 was doing 100 coin.
Oh no!
Accidentally grabbed Wild Blue.
Oh no, he just decided to go for Wild Blue first because I was gonna say that's actually scary. I've seen people grab the Wild Blue star while doing 100 coins. So you want to do 100 coins before Wild Blue, just in case you're gonna grab the Wild Blue star, so you don't lose time over grabbing a blue star, you know?
I'm just imagining a universe in which, like, I was actually, like, there actually is a script, but I'm the only person who knows about it, and everyone else thought it was just a meme, and, like, everyone at GSA is just like, wait, does he actually know what's gonna happen? And I'm like, yeah, did nobody else get the script?
Fantastic, a little bit ahead of his time.
Yeah, certainly a tinfoil hat era.
Yeah, that's actually quite a big lead now for m0m0.
Yeah, for sure. And m0m0 kind of securing this lead a little bit.
I think I've already sold ones. This might still be sub-7, I'm actually not too sure. It's not looking too bad. Let's see what he's gonna get. Would you think to go for the long jumps and not even sliding off the fence like Tama just did? Oh, very nice move from Tama though. Trying to make up for that death. I feel like I've seen Tama actually do that mistake not regularly, but more often. I've already seen a fail from him just like that. So unfortunate, that bonk.
m0m0 will be entering here into the second secret slide star. What time do you think we're gonna see here?
Ooh, so I'm gonna say 0.8 from m0m0.
I'm gonna say 0.9. Ooh, no, I'm definitely wrong.
That's looking at a really good rebalance. Hey.
Yeah, I was way off. I was
I wouldn't call 0.1 way off, but yeah, you are way off.
Yeah, honestly, commentator quite ashamed. Beautiful lag reduction coming out from m0m0. Definitely has mastered the skill of pressing shoulder buttons.
Also mastering to fly, which is actually not easy at all. Grabbing those first threads.
Speak for yourself. I feel that lag reduction more than I feel ring cap.
That's very interesting. I don't think pressing R is that hard specifically.
Pressing R isn't the hard part. Remembering to press R. Reasonable people can disagree. 13.2 again from Tama. Oh my goodness. So basically sacrificing the entirety of the time save between US and JP.
Pretty much.
Yeah, 0.9 seconds lost to m0m0.
That's unfortunate.
Dreaded. run from it. Momo arrives all the same.
But also, ooh, this flying actually looking crisp from Tama right now.
Fingertip grabs.
But oh,
How?
that
What?
looks so scary, right? I was
That's
gonna
the red
have to say,
coin.
but yeah, really wide turn. Not the best, but yeah, makes it work. And it's looking like Momo's gonna grab a shake cycle here.
That looks like a poverty shake coming out from Momo.
I like the name Poverty Shake. It's actually just the same cycle, just slightly different movement. It's not even that much worse, right? You know, usually you can even go faster with this kind of strat if you do it really optimally, which is hard. So, mostly not the case, but yeah, it's just a little bit anyways.
Oh, I thought it was a commentary on a working-class blue-collar Italian plumber combating a feudalistic dictator like Bowser.
Oh wait, what?
Commentator apparently becoming a political commentator here. Definitely not an appropriate medium in which to do it. We'll have to revise his rhetoric. But looks like a clean throw is coming out from Momo, and Tama getting the regular shake cycle, and as D whatever said, oh no, no!
Oh, Momo dabbing on that death from Tama though.
Momo is all over his opponent.
These deaths from Tama are like the worst case scenario you can see.
Chat asking if Cheese is on commentary. Yes, I am actually. I Cheese, the world record holder, am commentating this match.
Legendary 138 with me in the booth. So how are you doing, Chase? How are you enjoying this race so far?
Yeah, I think these guys are pretty okay at this game. They're not quite as good as I am. Though, yeah, I doubt either of them have 138s. And I, being Cheese, the world record holder, do have.
We might digress a little bit, but yeah, Tama finally... Ooh, and the double firstly coming out. Tama not dying this time. Oh my god, no!
He turned it off! He turned it.
Oh, please don't. Oh my god, Tama, no. No.
Oh my goodness. Tama with the... Oh my gosh. So Tama literally instinctively hit the reset button here. That was not a rage reset. Well, I mean, it may have been a rage, but it wasn't like it wasn't a forfeit. It was literally just an instinctive pressing the turn off the thing button. Oh, that is rough.
That is an interesting situation. I mean, Tama could try to just start a new run, but I don't think Momo's gonna choke 12 minutes.
Looks like, yeah, Momo continuing here are going to be picking up that slide star. Just trying to figure out what the move is. Obviously, diving into the pipe, it loses a lot of time, but in a marathon, it's not a race losing issue automatically. And yeah, Tama just had a little bit of instinct kick in, and unfortunately did turn off his console. Just because, you know, when you're on runs, you're obviously just going to reset.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're going to see what Tama does now.
I haven't seen anyone into the pipe in a long time. Instead of grabbing the star.
Yeah. Honestly, the last time something similar happened was actually in Nonstop 120. When I was on Nonstop 120 world record pace, and I accidentally dove into... I tried to do the jump dive where you pick up the star and go straight into the pipe. And Cheese, during Nonstop, basically did the dive but missed the star and went right into the pipe and lost the world record pace because of it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a really funny moment.
Doesn't happen every day.
Yeah.
I
laughed about it with my fellow world record holders. Looks like Tama is going to continue playing just for content's sake, and I don't know, maybe I don't know how reliable slash I don't know if there's any kind of corruption problem with like electric companies or like the electric service in Germany, but if Tama can make the right calls and pay off the right people, perhaps he could possibly get like a power cut or something. Certainly not explicitly against GSA rules. I haven't seen anything in the rulebook saying you're not allowed to like call your opponent's power company and try and get the power shut.
I don't know. Maybe.
No.
I'm just kind of listening and zoning out, if I'm being honest. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
I'm just thinking of ways that Tama could get back into this race. I definitely don't want to count him out for sure, right? So.
Sure. Yeah, he's only like 30 minutes behind. I mean, maybe Momo is gonna have a rough tippy.
Would have to be quite a rough tippy. I think if Momo loses, like dies like 13 times or whatever, and then saves because he feels like he might game over, and then game overs, I think at that point we would probably have about an even rate. Or at least Tama would be able to get points.
For sure, yeah, that's true. I think he would still be quite behind, but yeah. Yeah, this is I guess we're just gonna see Momo. I mean, he has to finish either way, and Tama's just gonna keep playing for us.
Yeah, I think Tama. If Tama keeps playing, there's certainly the possibility of getting points.
Better than just throwing a towel for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And Tama doing anything he can to get an edge.
Trying the OG class. Tama entered the bits pipe before grabbing the star on accident, and then instinctively reset the console. I don't know. It's just kind of happened. I can see that though. And you're maybe a little bit too upset, and then it's just kind of want to reset it because that's what you do during attempts, right?
Yeah, it would, and you would just like sometimes if it's like a big enough mistake, you would just turn off your console for a moment just to like decompress. Yeah, and just to clarify, like this isn't. It's kind of like, I hope it's clear that this is not like this wasn't like a rage quit or anything, because obviously if it was a rage quit, we probably wouldn't see Tama continuing to play. What is happening with Canalus right now?
He's just trying out textures up without getting the right. Like, he's always too far left and then grabbing. Tries out G-Class again. But yeah,
Oh, looks like Momo have a backup.
The problem with turning off your console like that is that runners don't save anymore. So if you reset your console, you don't have the save file that you just had before where you started your run on. There's like just a new save file. So Tama couldn't just continue from that save file on. Pretty much.
I wonder if it is. I don't know how. If you're a runner who is worried about the prospect of accidentally pressing reset like instinctively, maybe it is worth it. Like on 100 coin stars and toad stars and basically any star that isn't the save menu after exiting a world. Like maybe it is worth it to just save because it does lose a little less time.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, 7 frames that you can save, and it's usually even less than that by not saving.
It's not a huge deal, and every now and then, I guess technically the non-world exit stages, or the non-stage exit saves, those actually lose more time, but it's more about like they don't mess with your inputs or anything. Like you're doing all of the same inputs. there's no save and quit risk with like the difference between just pressing A and flicking down twice and pressing A. All of those weird little things. I'm sure the instincts can mess with you. But like
Yeah.
if you're doing a 100 coin star, it doesn't really change much in terms of what you would do after closing the menu.
For sure. And I don't know. I don't think that we're gonna see that too often, like an instinctive reset. I feel like it's the first time that has happened too. Before we probably only had like rage quits, where the runner just shut off the stream, went away.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know if this is gonna be a reoccurring problem, but I wouldn't think so. But I don't wanna say for sure because you can never know.
Yeah, it's rough because like there's really no mechanism for picking up where you left off, and I think it's a very honest mistake, and it kind of sucks that Thomas just not going to be able to compete in this race as a result of it. It's, just because of the different. But maybe that's also something that will. That's also something that even if it were to be like an issue that happens like multiple times, I think that'll also get ironed out the more normal races become, I think.
For sure, people will get used to it, and then it's probably not going to happen anymore. But yeah, this is just the second week too, so Tama is not going to get any points from this race probably. Like we can be 99.9% sure that that's not going to happen. So m0m0m's going to grab full points, but the season's not over for him. So if he doesn't do that anymore, he can still make it to playoffs if he just continues to compete well.
Also, like if you saw the previous race, you would understand why we're saying that entering the pipe without collecting the Dark World star, that loses about 24 seconds in the grand scheme of things. I guess technically it probably loses a little more than that because you would get the extra star elsewhere, but like it doesn't lose all that much time, and you're definitely not down and out because of it. You just wasted a little time on a star you didn't wind up getting. And if you watched the previous race and you saw like how much time people lose in Tippy, there's really no reason that someone would reset there. Rationally speaking, this was absolutely an instinct. And Tama's clearly not like steaming or salty. It's just literally someone who grinds out runs for top times. When you make a mistake that big, oftentimes your instinct is just going to be, okay, reset, do another run, and that runner's instinct kicked in.
For sure. And we're actually saying that m0m0 is still on a quite decent run, almost grabbing. This might even still be a 21 Fire Sea. Leave a lava line. We still get to enjoy m0m0's run despite of what happened. Oh, gets invisible ceiling there, I think, or it just slid off.
Oh, that was a. I feel like that was an Eaton triple jump, or did he just miss the triple jump timing?
It's sort of. It's really hard to explain, but he was really close to the edge, and I think he just slid off because of that.
Okay,
the
yeah,
platform
the
moving platform behaves so weird when you're too close to the edge.
The two things that happen to me, I assume they're the same things that happen to others, are sometimes you miss the Tama missing that fourth coin, and I think that's really going to set him back in this race.
I was gonna say something like a commentator trying to make this race a little bit more hype by pretending that the runners are close, but he already did a good job on that one.
Sure. But yeah, that the elevator, I think the two things that happen are sometimes I miss the triple jump timing when I land like super close to the edge, and that'll like you'll just basically run off the edge. And then the second thing that happens is, depending on like your position on the elevator and what its trajectory is or whatever, the craziest thing happens where you just it just eats your triple jump and you just do a single jump after that. And that's probably one of the most frustrating things to deal with as a runner.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, interesting Dark World movement from Tama coming out. Just taking a fall.
Very
straight into the flames.
Yeah, just
maybe it's already given up all
dive,
hope.
Transitioning into jumping off the edge. Third time's the charm on that switch. And I think this is also this also kind of opens up a conversation about like what are some good ways to cope with like with rage, potential tilt. Because obviously, like Tama has this instinct of like when a really frustrating mistake happens that he just reset, and it has some serious repercussions for the race, and maybe some healthier coping mechanisms such as breaking your controller, or that way you can just get a new one and continue running.
Making it sound like it's okay to break a controller.
Yeah, I would say that probably like physically vandalizing your own property seems to be. I mean, like obviously the priority is developing coping mechanisms that allow you to finish the race, and your physical health, your mental health, and the general well-being of your property aren't.
I hate to break it, but
second place. Yeah,
Momo just
struggling
missing
with
mentor, and she's actually doing a good job at backing these up. These hitboxes are actually really wanky, but damn, gets all 5, like in the middle of all of them. That's not too bad.
Yeah,
Tama finally grabbing that Dark World Star, winning a little bit as well. Still kind of flexing on his opponent.
Yeah, I would class this as a moral victory. Lost the race to that Dark World Star, but came back, got revenge.
Finally did it.
And now, just taking his anger out on Bowser. I'd say actually this is a very, very healthy way of
I think
expressing your emotions.
I think he's actually. Oh, never mind. I thought he was trying to Heckler's throw to get the powerful one. Momo having a little of issues with Fire C. Just gonna get normal cycle here.
Yeah, looks like it. Ooh, nice dodge on the bully. I actually very recently had that killer run, or not killer. Yeah, basically killer run. I would have PB'd if not for a Fire C death that was caused by that. And so.
Oh, just by the bully, you mean?
Yeah, basically the bully. I got bopped by the bully, and as a result of that, a later burn that I took got me killed.
That sounds really sad.
Yeah, it was very, very, very sad. Like a later mistake that wouldn't have gotten me killed because of the bully. Oh wait, no, it wasn't that actually. No, the bully knocked me off the edge, but then like knocked me way off the edge to the point where I fell to the lower level.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I just waste so much time.
Yeah, and I wound up missing PB by about 20 seconds. And Tama taking the scenic route here. Mario obviously works blue collar, can't really afford a proper vacation fund.
You just went for Island Hop with the wing cap, okay.
Yeah, I just decided to go for Island Hop.
I mean, it is a little bit easier. Like, I think he hold A maybe too, because that's when you can float a little bit while you hold A and then have the wing cap. Just makes you fall slower. Makes it a little bit easier, but still, what a move.
But yeah, certainly very interesting skybox movement from Tama. You know, Tama is kind of one of the mad scientists of Mario speedrunning. Has some of the wackiest, not wackiest, but like one of the most innovative and difficult tricks named after him. And we've been seeing a lot of that innovation in this run. A lot of very unorthodox strategies. Some of them pay off, others don't. One strategy that does pay off is if you miss that sky jump and you're not quite able to make the altitude, you clearly see him back it up with the island hop, and the fact that he's able to do that reliably in marathon. That's actually really cool. But then, other strategies that don't work so well are, things like diving off the edge and Bowser in the Dark World, or jumping into the pipe before grabbing the star. Slightly less effective.
Exactly.
Oh, looks like Tama's having a couple of RL, like a couple of real life issues, and some things are popping up, so he might not be able to complete.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say we won't have the time to let him complete, unfortunately. But yeah, also kind of hard to play for him right now. So seems like he's just gonna play around. I don't want to drift off too much because Momo is still like doing a pretty good job at continuing. That was not a bad with 100. Could have been worse. I mean, could have also been better.
Yeah, but it should be pretty clear that Tama is, you know, playing as such to his ability. That's right. That sounded like I was slamming his play. That I was roasting him. No. Because literally his physically right now, because of things going on IRL in his room, he's having trouble necessarily continuing the play.
I suppose I'm kind of thinking like he reset so fast. By the way, like, he was really quick on that.
Yeah.
It definitely like makes sure shows that it was probably like easily instinctively instead of a rage crit, because it keeps coming up in chat. I keep reading that it was a rage crit, but I don't think it was at all.
I mean, it's also like, if it was a rage quit, like I can't think of many people who would like legitimately rage quit a race and then just come back and continue playing, especially when they have like virtually no chance of even getting points. It doesn't really make sense. I think Tama genuinely did not intend for that to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it happens. Yeah.
Fun.
It happens to all of us in various situations, like those of us who are playing a single player game and we're used to reloading a save file because you're playing GTA or whatever and you don't want to lose all your weapons or something, and you accidentally like reset like an attempt at like a Mario Maker level or something that you were actually doing well on. It's a similar sort of instinct.
It just kind of happens. Yeah. Unfortunate that it happened to Tama in the race. You just gotta make sure that next time, as he's reaching for the reset button, he's tries as hard as possible not to do it when he's doing the next race. Ooh, some quite safe movement from Momo.
It's just
he almost fell off. It was so far to the right on that jump.
Yeah. My first N64 run for 70, I literally because I without the notches that I'm used to, I had no idea which way I was supposed to be steering Mario on the jump, and I literally just went. It wasn't even close. I think that there were entire light years to the left between where the island is and like. It was kind of like I was launched at the island by a stormtrooper.
Yeah. Maybe more like entire parallel universes. I don't know if light years exist in Mario, but I'm sorry. that was horrible.
I think actually, I mean, if parallel universes exist in Mario, I'm sure that you could classify something as light years. I guess you would probably have to scale it down in terms of pixels, maybe like light pixels or whatever.
Yeah, probably. It's not much. I'm trying to think of something to talk about while Momo is doing his run, but he's actually moving along quite nicely. Like, it's not much to comment. This game is a lot about just movement, so you could comment on how well he just dies, I guess. But yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we're kind of completely omitting our job, which is that, when, strictly speaking, the role of the commentator is when the race is not exactly a barn burner in and of itself. it is our job to step in and kind of hype it up. So I feel like we should be stepping up our game.
Yeah, let's just try to make it more hype.
So
I agree.
Momo makes that mountain clip. He's gonna head right up into that. Some weird camera going on. He makes it perfect log wall kick. Gonna turn that camera. Not going for the far out Locky 2 camera movement. Clearly a little bit more in favor of stability. Beautiful.
Gets the wall kicks.
Just gets a wall kick. Oh my goodness. How impressed are you with the quality of play that we are seeing from Momo?
I am very impressed right now. I couldn't be more excited.
Yes, Momo repping that German
really hard
opponent.
Yeah, another very nice log wall kick from Momo.
Ooh, Tama doing the Tama Plus Perlilis, named of course after himself, Tama82. Gonna be going for the secrets actually. Very, very interesting choice from Tama, doing anything he can to get back into this race. Does have his work set out for him, has about a 24-star deficit.
He's still in this. Anything can still happen. Momo still has to do Tippy. It's not over yet.
Yeah, I mean, Momo's lead is less than 60% of his star count, and as you know, by American educational standards, 60% is not enough to pass a test. And so if you do that extremely complicated soul math, you can come to a point where Tama's deficit isn't, strictly speaking, decisive by like 6 different logical leaps.
But then again, Momo had really nice TTM reds. Might be a little bit too hard for Tama to catch up at this point. Momo doesn't slow down.
Commentators' German bias clearly showing here, does not want to believe in the ability of Tama to come back in this race. But quite frankly, we have seen double Tama Pillarless, and that is the most optimized version of one of the harder strats to save time. So Tama definitely doing what he needs to get back into the prospect of being in Tippy when he actually will have to cut the stream for the race in order to go to the next one, because we will fall way too far behind schedule. But the point is that, ooh, Momo missing the breeze movement, and oh, this is huge.
Tama stuck in time, doesn't move at all. Maybe just
a little bit of a freeze coming out here. But as I said, Tama is the master of innovative movements, and ooh, got a bit of a.
Ooh, and Tama finally.
Tama.
But now his stream died.
But right before his stream died, we saw him entering Snowman's Land. Tama having a lot of extremely creative strategies that save a lot of time. It is possible that he saved 24 minutes in the past 20 seconds and is in fact tied with his opponent. I don't know. We'll just have to see.
This is getting really exciting. Once Tama's stream comes back, we'll see how big the gap actually is. Ooh, and we're actually going for the safer freezing pawn strat. Alright.
Yeah, Momo actually going for suboptimal strats, giving his opponent a bit of a chance to catch up. Doesn't even speed kick. Is he even trying right now at this point, to be perfectly honest?
Commentator lashing out a little bit on the runner.
Yeah, kind of showing his anti-German bias, apparently.
I was gonna say the same. Oh yeah, there we go. But after Momo's gonna grab the next star, and then gonna do that back to basement to go to HMC. It's still like interesting that became a thing. I would have never expected. If you told me when did HMC late start out? It was probably not even a year ago, right? But yeah, if you told me like 2 years ago that HMC late is gonna be a thing, I would not have believed you at all.
So I had this idea. This is like I want to imagine like going into Discord and be like, hey guys, so I've got this like sick idea. So you know how you go into basement and you get out of Lethal Lava Land, and you need to like go to HMC in order to get like all 70 stars. And people are like, yeah, so we just go to HMC. What if, instead of going straight to HMC, you went to Fire Sea, went all the way up to upstairs, did all of upstairs, and then instead of going up to Tippy, you went all the way back down and did HMC again. And
Wow.
like, yeah, okay.
That is a brilliant idea. Let's get on timing. Let's get to timing the route. I think because I don't know if anyone's in chat that can correct me, but yeah, I think Arcturcum was the guy to come up with that route of the time save. I'm not too sure though. He's been like the kind of guy to research a lot of different routings for stars.
For sure. Unfortunately, it does lead to sometimes it leads to some great results.
Ooh. Okay, I'm just getting
also,
the notice in chat that it was Fantax and not Arcturcum. Big shout out to Fantax then for finding that. I really like that route just because it makes you able to go to Fire Sea before HMC, so you can do Fire Sea sooner.
Yeah, innovation, really quite a phenomenon in Mario, can be very, very beneficial. But of course, we're seeing, especially in this run, it can oftentimes turn out quite rocky. And speaking of rocks, shout outs to our sponsor, Onyx, where if you download one of their free apps through them, you have the chance to win a free gift sub. And in that vein, huge shout outs to MyWorld303, who just got gifted a free sub by the developers of Onyx, because he did play through, because they did play enough to earn 500 points. And if you earn 500 points, you will get a free subscription to the channel of your choice. So shout outs to Onyx Dev. Thank you for supporting the GSA, and thank you MyWorld for supporting our sponsors, because well, it just shows that we're a real community, and we all love what we do, and we just want to keep doing it.
I still think it's amazing how you made that transition from rocks to Onyx. Honestly.
Meanwhile, Momo transitioning into a very early dive here.
Ooh, these transitions are on point.
Indeed. I am making up in advance for what is probably going to be a very abrupt transition into the next race, because we're going to have an entire half of the screen that suddenly becomes very engaged.
Wait, are you telling me we're actually going to have 2 racers for next race?
I cannot confirm nor deny, but I am hearing inside reports that the next race might actually involve multiple persons. There will be over 1 person's involved in the race. Ooh, oh my goodness. That was actually really, really, really cool what Momo just did. So Momo actually, there's a thing that can happen on the staircase up to the 50-star door, and basically where if Momo had decided to do the backwards long jump through the 50-star door, he would have been disqualified from the race, and it would
no one would have gotten points.
Exactly, and we would have had to replay the match, and that would have given Tama an opportunity to win again. So really, really great job, just masterful technique and discipline from Tama, or from Momo rather, not to go for the 50-star door BLJ, and we're just seeing like how careful and meticulous he is about the strats and execution. A little bit of that German work ethic coming out here.
It's gone really well, if I remember right. We did see in the last race a lot of issues coming out from Gainai as well as Drogi, and remember right, because I mean this race is just not easy. That's pretty much the reason. You can die everywhere. I mean, maybe not in this coin maze, in this third coin maze, but everywhere else.
Also, a quick update on basically Tama's stream apparently went down. Tama, on his end, his OBS is saying that he's still streaming, but there's some connectivity issues on the actual on the feed, somewhere between his OBS and the stream page and the restream, there's some kind of issue going on. So Tama's actually continuing to play here, I believe. Yeah, so yeah,
still be
our
going.
restreamer, yeah, is able to see.
Decent. Triangle is coming out. I'm actually, I said that last verse as well, but the jump dive and draw out over the flame shooter is actually super scary. If you're just one frame too late on that rollout, you're gonna die. There's nothing that you can do. Or if you miss time your jump dive as well.
Yeah, do whatever.
Trying to keep up.
Co-commentator by actually talking about the raid.
I'm trying my best. All right.
So yeah, just for confirmation, confirmation from our restreamer, from the admin who is running the race. The restreamer is actually able to see Tama's stream right now. We're having some technical issues actually getting it up on the screen. So Tama is continuing to play. We're gonna try and get that to you as soon as possible. Just a couple technical hiccups going on. Just stand by for.
I still believe that Momo is probably in the lead, but you never know. Maybe Tama found a few new threads to catch up from basement all the way to Tippy. Ooh, that's a big decent start for Momo on that 100 coins. Going a little bit safe on the, before the wall kicks, but didn't fall down. The angle's a little bit scary though.
You know, chat talking about conspiracy theories, kind of crazy. It's almost like commentators constantly joking about a script. Tends to get people a bit paranoid, but who'd have thunk it?
I mean, that can happen. It's just kind of what people become on, right?
So it seems like, but it seems like it's a very. Oh my goodness, that was
that kick, dude.
And that was the first real hiccup here in this 100 coin. And in a miracle, Tama is back.
Oh. Suddenly he has less stars again. We saw him enter like the door to Snowman's Land earlier, but
yeah, very interesting.
Suddenly need rolling now with 32 stars.
Oh, you know what it is? I think we're just catching up on the action. Tama kind of forgetting what stars he did.
Oh, I should check everywhere.
Looks like we might be seeing a 100 coin here. No, probably not.
Interesting route decisions. This Momo already nailing these triple jump moving wall kicks.
And the pit and the pendulums does go in the bank.
Easy peasy for this guy. It's something I always think about, like, I feel like these triple jump moving wall kicks are, how do I put it? They look so cool, but they're a little bit easier than they look, sort of. You kind of get the timing down. Okay, that was kind of scary, but the movement afterwards is became kind of hard. At least that's from someone who has played the game for 6 years, so maybe that's why I think they're easy. But as a beginner, you just need to get them down first, I guess.
Why did you look at me when you said beginner?
I did not look at you. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all.
Okay. Yeah, the top level runner kind of roasting his co-commentator there. A little bit rude, a little bit aggressive, but commentator just gonna brush it right off. And by brush it right off, I mean apparently continue to talk about it for at least 45 seconds.
It's actually like so hard to talk about one single run. I didn't think it would be this hard.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness, Momo actually bumping up against the wall, gonna lose a lot of time, at least 3 or 4 seconds, maybe more. Beautiful movement to like just stay stable and even gets the rollout. And Momo just complete dominance once again over the late stage of that particular start time jumps on moving bars. Just clearly has practiced the latter 15 seconds of that star to a T.
Well, it still might still actually grab a 50 here. Just gonna finish his reds, and he's still on 50 pace. Which is not a bad time for a race.
What's community gold for Toad plus Bowser? Oh wait, he has
Oh yeah, he does total early. So
Okay,
it's
that's
just
total.
150. I would say is a decent goal, decent time, not a goal.
Not gonna lie, my Discord search button covers up Momo's star count. So I didn't actually see that he had 69 stars until the top of the 6 turned into the top of the 7, and that's when I knew. I was like, oh, he did Toad early.
But yeah, he's still gone, and might grab a 50 if he has a decent bit. Oh, let's see. This is one of the scary runs. He's gonna go safe here. Very nice. This is. I think that's how he usually does it as well. He doesn't go any faster.
Momo missing the first wheel. Gonna lose
This
over
might
2
be
seconds.
over now. Might be over now.
my gosh.
Might not grab that 50 anymore.
Oh no! And just a clean Manta coming out from Tama. Momo opting for the very slow setup triple jump wall kick. Meanwhile, Tama, I don't know if you remember, but Momo lost a lot of time on that Manta Rage. So Tama saving time in all of the necessary places. Momo's
It's not over yet. Momo can still miss like a billion throws.
Yeah, it's just 134 Bowser throws later, maybe. Who knows? Oh, he takes a hit. Now he needs to miss 130 throws in order for Tama to get back into this race. But he only needs to get hit by Bowser 4 times, and then do that again about 24 times.
This is not good for Tama right now.
Oh my goodness! But he does have to make this last throw.
And there it is. I think that's still a 50 actually. Wow. Okay, jokes aside, that is a good race time.
Momo just landed a 50.
No biggie at all. GG's. Thank you so much, Mo, for finishing this run. I think we're gonna have interviews if the guys are down. Gonna see.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna get Tama in for sure. Mr.
And there
Tama.
he is. And Momo as well.
Dr. Momo.
Hello.
GG's, guys.
GG, Momo.
GG's.
GG.
That was a close one.
That was very close.
So just walk us through that, Tama. What so basically just walk us through what happened. A bunch of people joined late.
So when I died, unfortunately, that was like the worst death I've ever seen on Watch Watch. I've never seen that happen before, and I kind of laughed at it, and I was just like, well, whatever, stuff happens. And then I died and dark rolled and lost 40 seconds, and then I went back and then entered the pipe without the star, and I literally just cannot control what happened. I just hit the button like instinctively, and from that point on, I just had like a knot in my stomach because I just knew that I just did something extremely stupid that I shouldn't have done at all.
It's so unfortunate. But, I mean, you didn't mean anything bad about it. It just kind of happened, right? So, that just sucks.
And huge shout outs to continuing to play, continuing to give us some of that content. Those Kenneless attempts were a lot of fun to watch.
I was actually saying that I thought I had seen mess up that Worms 100 before, just like that, but I guess I
I've never seen that before. I've literally never died like that in my life. That was so weird.
And you nailed your pillowless.
I almost golded SSL actually.
And also,
Momo just freestyled on me.
Go ahead.
Momo just freestyled on me. He had no trouble whatsoever.
Momo, how are you feeling?
I don't know, because I mean a 50-55 is pretty good for me actually, but would have been great to have a real race. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but
it's still I can see that it's still a good time though. So
for sure,
it just kind of happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That said, the moment where you started up and you got your way back into Dark World and you finally collected that star, it kind of felt like it kind of felt like that moment in like a Mega Man game where you fight that boss that you saw Zero fight but you couldn't fight, and then like 6 hours of gameplay later you're at the power level where you're able to beat it. That redemption arc really kind of hit home for us. So definitely kudos to you on that front.
That's an interesting reference. But I don't know. Anything else to add? I think I'm good. I'm just glad you guys still continue to play, and Momo still got a really good time at the end.
For sure. Yeah. Any other thoughts from either of you?
Not really.
Apologies, we don't really have all that many questions about this particular race. I think everything's kind of overshadowed.
I mean, like one of the races only has like 9 minutes of gameplay to talk about, so.
But yeah, listen, kudos to both of you for sticking through that. Props to Momo for getting a 50, and Tama for being resolute and steadfast. Your resolve was rock solid. And speaking of things that are rock solid, be sure to go to onyx.tv and download the Golf Clash app. Earn 500 points, get a free sub. And of course, we're talking about a subscription to Speedrun or your favorite channel that is sponsored by Onyx.
Or Subway.
Yeah, or a Subway sandwich. I can't confirm nor deny that Onyx will buy you a free Subway sandwich, but what they will give you is a free subscription to Speedrun. So check them out. Also check out Tama and Momo, both fantastic runners.
Yeah, congrats on the reset world record, Tama. That was really fast, by the way.
Yeah, Tama.
The way you reset.
Yeah, beautiful.
But yeah, next up is Pete versus Captain Buffoon. Fantastic is gonna be there again. That is for me though. Once again, GG's guys.
Thank you.
And yes, see you all in the next race. Thank you for watching.
All right, peace out.
Bye.
See you.